And welcome back to Late Night Love. By the way, I'm Jazz. She's Lubby, and I forgot to introduce us for like the last 4 shows, I think. So hopefully everybody knows us by now, because we have no lower thirds or anything like that to do this. So just to remind everybody, I'm Jazz. She's Lubby. You can find us at latenightLove.us. And you can send us your questions, comments, suggestions, etc. to love@latenightLove.us. Do us the favor, hit the like, subscribe, share buttons, or whatever happens to be nearest on your whatever platform you happen to be hearing us on.
Yay.
Yeah, there we go. Got all that out of the way. Okay, relationships are rarely undone by one big moment. They fray in silence between the things we're afraid to say. Tonight we explore the longing to reconnect after years of distance, the trauma of leaving a toxic partner, the fear of not being interesting enough, the resentment that grows when someone stops trying, the ache of intimacy that's been missing for years. This is the part of the night where we tell the truth, even when it shakes us a little bit. All right. Oh, did I have this thing on? No. All right.
Okay.
This thing's got a new timer feature on it, and I keep hitting the timer without meaning to. Anyway, which may be a good thing, right?
I know.
I could do lower thirds if I wanted to. I suppose I could.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump in.
All right. What do we got?
Okay, this poor little thing. Reach out or not worth it. He's 25, she's 22.
Uh-huh.
I just don't want to regret not taking the chance if there is one. There's been 2 years, no contact.
Okay, so why is
she was the great love of his life so far in his 25 years.
Uh-huh.
And he is not finding that again out in the dating world, that deep connection that they had, and he misses it and he thinks about her all the time.
Okay, but why did they break up?
He didn't say.
So first question I always ask is, okay, but do you remember why you broke up?
No, he did not mention it.
Because because there's times one person wants to go off to school, one person's got to pursue a job in the other in another city. That's a vastly different thing than, all the other ways, various ways. So the reasons people break up is actually very important, because as a general rule of thumb, I would say don't go backwards. Now, if it was something where, hey, I've got to go to one city, she got to go to another city, long distance relationships don't work. We're too young anyway. So, and just wasn't the time. Wasn't the time, wasn't the place.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean the time and place can't happen later.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. If there was breaking up for other reasons, okay, they were young enough where people can change and blah, 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 blah. But really, you're just lonely.
Yeah.
In that particular case.
And I got news. You're going to have more great loves in your life. You really will. And you're not leaving yourself open for one to happen. You really need to move on from this before you're going to be able to create something with someone else.
Well, and this is true. Each relationship is its own. You can't compare to. Stop comparing past.
Yeah.
Stop comparing the past too, because
it's going to be different.
Yeah. Well, this one isn't the same as that last one. Yeah, but that last one didn't work.
Yeah.
Regardless of the reason, it didn't work. So you don't want it to be the same. Quite literally.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the same. What you are missing is feeling safe, and you haven't found somebody that makes you feel safe yet. And that's understandable. So now you're looking back for someone who makes you feel safe. It's a perfectly reasonable human emotion. But here's the thing. You're not going to feel safe until you feel safe within yourself.
Very wise.
Because you're not going to feel safe with her anymore either.
No.
If you get back with her, guess what you're going to be afraid of now?
Yeah.
You're going to be afraid of losing her.
Yeah.
You're not going to feel safe.
No.
It's just going to be different.
Yeah.
So become a strong human being. Keep on trucking. You'll be all right.
You will.
Okay.
I have been in a very toxic relationship for 3 long years with my partner. Any suggestions to move on from the trauma?
Okay, well, we were talking an abusive relationship or just a relationship that doesn't work for whatever reasons?
No, this was mentally, emotionally abusive, everything but physical.
Okay, well, here's the thing. In any of these things, there's two stages. One is you just move, right? You move on. If it's not, you're not worried about necessarily a physical aspect of it. It makes it a lot easier, right?
Mhm.
You don't have to go sneak off in the middle of the night. You can just leave.
With a restraining order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you likely don't need to go that far.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's at least the good thing of this. But ultimately, anytime when you move on from trauma, is you have to take ownership of it in order to move on from it. So you're going to have to accept that you played a role in it, at least in its extending. You accepted it, at some level.
And it understandably, it was something, the, something, I don't want to say sick and twisted, but there you have it, within us, because I've done this. I've stayed in a relationship. I told myself for the kids, I was scared. I was scared to be out on my own. I had believed all his lies. What are you going to do? Work at McDonald's? All those years, it wore me down, you know. And I went into counseling. It took me a year and a half to build myself up before I had the strength to leave. And if that's what you need to do it.
Yeah, and
I never regretted it. I never looked back.
And remember, the answer to what are you going to do? Work at McDonald's if I have to is the answer to that question, right? Anytime anybody tries to belittle you by saying, "Well, what are you going to do? Do this lowly thing?" The answer is, if I have to get away from your ass, yeah, damn straight. It's not even a question. I'm out.
I'm out of here. You want fries with that?
Yeah. So, but she's made the first step. She knows what she's got to do. Now she just has to execute it, and it's difficult because, like you said, she is likely afraid.
Yeah.
Even if she
believe the lie. You do.
Well,
and there will come a day where you're going to beat yourself up for why did I stay? And
well, fear of the difference is a big thing.
because we believed the lies and we were afraid.
Well, it's not even that. It's change is difficult.
That too. Yeah. All of a sudden you're out and you're alone. There's the other thing, fear of being alone.
The devil is right. The devil is better than the devil you don't.
Exactly.
And
what if the next guy is worse?
Yeah.
Because they're all like this. Yeah, that's another lie. And
yeah. So, but you know what to do. But the way to deal with any trauma is to take ownership of it, because then once you have ownership of it, then you can actually do something with it.
Yeah.
Until you own it, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to do anything with it.
No.
That's good for you.
Hey, I went to my husband. I said, I can't live like this. And he looked at me in the eye and said, I'm happy. He's happy abusing you. Move. Let that sink in.
Yeah. So figure out your way to move on.
Is this a person you want to be with? No.
Yeah. Find a roommate. Go find a nurse as a roommate.
There you go.
I don't know. But take ownership of your trauma. That's the only way to get past trauma is to take ownership of it. And here's the thing. Should you have to? No. Is it your responsibility? No. But guess what? If you're going to get past it, you have no choice.
You have to do it. Seize the bull by the horn.
You have to do it, because that's the only way you can do anything with it.
Wrestle with it.
Until you've got it in your hands and it's your responsibility to deal with, you can't deal with it.
You can't change it. Yeah.
And then once it's yours, then you can do whatever the hell you want with it.
Yeah.
Now you've got it. It's yours to deal with, and you can do whatever the heck you want with it.
Yeah.
You can punt it into the next county if you feel like.
Carpe diem.
All right.
There we go.
What is next?
Okay. Am I not interesting enough for my girlfriend? She calls them boring.
Oh, we talk about,
they're both 18.
Yeah, we talk about the beginnings of a toxic relationship.
There we go, right there. Run.
This is just the flip side.
Run, honey.
If she's finding you boring, here's the thing. She's likely the one that's boring.
She's boring.
She can't sit with herself.
Yeah.
Now, here's what this generally means when you talk about women.
I got, here's a news flash, and this is a solid truth I want you to remember. You are not put in this earth to entertain people.
Well, here's the thing.
That's not your job.
Here's the thing. She likely is one of these late ones. She wants to go out and have fun. And he's one of those people who doesn't. So if to her, he's boring. You don't want to go.
No, I have news for you. She wants him to go out and like steal signs, you know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. She wants him to be edgy.
She wants to be the bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she doesn't. She's the toxic one. She gets off on being in dangerous situations. Far too many women get excited by almost being caught doing something.
You know, I think this is why a large amount of cars are stolen by teens.
A lot of young men do a lot of dumb things because it makes the women they're interested in more interested in them. And it's not even counting the ones where they think it's this will make me interesting. No, we're not even going to count those. This will make me interesting to women. No, it's not going to, but we're not going to count those. We're talking about
the woman they're with.
Yeah, we're talking about they have one and then they're doing stupid stuff. It's because she wants them to. She gets excited about it, so he's going to do it again because he gets the payoff later. He creates a little bit of danger. She gets herself excited. They go have fun in the backseat later on. That's how these things have worked for, you know. This ain't nothing new.
You used to be cart and horse.
Behind the hay bales. You know, there's nothing new about any of this. And here's the thing. You guys are looking for different things. Look for different people. That's my suggestion. She wants something different and you're not that. So why are you together? It's a very simple question. I know they're 18 and they don't know what they're doing, but this one's actually very simple.
Sorry, hon.
Yep. Okay.
Move on. Tell her she's boring. Okay. I am dating a guy who's been unemployed for months, but says every day that he applies for jobs every day. What do you make of it? It's legit, dude. It's hard out there.
Okay, but here is the thing. That there are ways to get jobs if you need them, if you really want to do something. They're the jobs that suck, right? So if you really need a job and you live in any type of city, you go find your local fitness club, your 24-hour fitness or whatever it is. And they have such high turnover that you can almost always get a job there if you can show up on time. And do they suck? Yes.
Yeah. But it's a job.
It's a job.
And it's when you're employed, it's easier to get a job. I don't know why that is, but there you have it.
It's a quick screen.
Yeah.
Is what it is. When you've got to go through hundreds of applications, it's easy to just filter out the ones who other people think are worthy of hiring.
Oh man.
It's brutal.
It is.
But it is what it is. Which is why if you really need a job, you go for the ones nobody else wants to do. I watched a guy on TikTok. He runs a sewer company. And he says, if you ever really need a job and you're actually willing to work, you go to any large company that does things, construction company, a sewer company, and you go into the office, owned by a solo person, an entrepreneur or whatever. And it says you go into the office and you apply to be a gopher. And you're going to be the one who's going to do everything that no one else wants to do. So she's got a highly competent, trained crew who actually go out and do very difficult things. They don't want to go stand in line at the DMV to put in tags. They don't want to go,
yeah.
They don't want to go wash the trucks. They don't want to go clean the windshields. They don't want to go, right? They're highly paid. You don't want them sitting around washing trucks. You don't want them cleaning. You don't want them cleaning out the truck. You don't want all the little grunt work that needs to be done. You go find a job that you all be willing to do all the grunt work. And guess what? If you're willing to do all the crappy work at a place that literally deals with crap, but because you deal with crap, you get paid a lot. Trust us. How much did it cost us to fix a toilet for 20 minutes? The guy was here.
The guy was 20 minutes, literally. 3 of them.
It took 3 of them to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, it took 3 or there was 3?
There was 3.
Okay, so were 2 of them like trainees or something?
Well, yeah.
I'm assuming at least one of them was a trainee.
Yeah.
If not both, if not 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, one was the front man. One was the one who talked to me all the time.
Uh-huh.
And the other 2 worked and would put in little comments here and there that weren't appreciated. It was an interesting dynamic.
All righty then. Well, our toilet doesn't leak anymore, so that's
20 minutes. It was,
yeah,
in and out.
and trust me, it was expensive 20 minutes.
They were courteous, they were friendly, and they were fast. So
they were expensive, but I suppose it's probably just it's probably what it costs to roll up, right?
I know
It probably was.
It does.
It was just all manual labor because it's 20 minutes, but that's probably what it costs to come out, have a plumber come out and look at your thing and fix it.
Yeah.
You're paying for them to fix it, not for how long it takes you to fix it.
Yeah. We're not paying by the hour.
No, you're paying by the
job,
by the task. Why? Because then you're the slow plumber makes more money than the fast plumber. That's wrong. You want the good experienced plumber who can come in, get the job done quickly, and move on. You don't want the guy who's going to take half a day to do something that could take 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm willing to pay a little extra for that.
Yeah. Okay. Now we move on to our intimacy questions. Okay. Did I mess up my friendship with my best friend by agreeing to manually stimulate each other to completion multiple times? They're starting to have feelings for each other.
Go with it.
What? They're confused. It was just sex. What happened?
Well, Jay, imagine that. Well, you got a choice. You can either go with it or not, right? That's
your options are just those 2, really. Because you have moved past the friends with benefits now.
I mean, you can go back. It's probably not difficult. It's probably less difficult for men than it is for women.
To put an end to everything.
Well, because not the friendship, but to stop. Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, they could just stop doing that.
What's the matter with you guys?
They're bored and lonely.
Come on.
Oh, this is hardly the first people on the planet to have played with each other because they were bored and lonely.
Yeah, girls don't do that.
No, never happened. No, wait a minute.
You know what? I knew these 2 girls. They would go out they'd get ready to go out to the bar, you know? And part of their rituals was kissing while they were getting ready so they could get amped up.
Okay. Sure. Why not?
For guys.
Yeah, sure. Likely story. I'm just saying, look, if you guys are starting to catch the feelings, then catch the feelings.
Yeah, life is short, dude.
He's
your best friend.
You guys aren't.
Who else you gonna love?
If you get, I mean, you agreed to go that far, so
I know. Something. You took that next step from best friend.
Well, okay, now
to being intimate.
Well,
what did you think was going to happen?
Well, okay, here's the thing. It's hardly because for men, a manual masturbation is hardly a next step. It doesn't even generally feel like sex type thing. And so they're in their bright minds, they were figuring, okay, this doesn't count.
Yeah.
We'll turn on some porn. We'll
do our thing.
It's more fun than doing it ourselves, I suppose.
No, it feels different.
Yeah.
When someone touches you and touching yourself, those 2 things feel different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But would you be surprised at the fact the person that you already have an emotional connection to because you're best friends, now that is giving you a physical attention that you are lacking in other places of your life, that you're now going to have stronger emotional connection to that person because of it. This is a shocker. It's almost like you don't know how human beings work. But you've got two choices. You either stop playing with each other. You can still be friends, not be best friends. Just stop playing with each other, or you knock yourselves out and see where it goes. It's your two choices.
Yeah.
Anything else is uncivilized. So, how's that for an answer? Okay.
Okay, my girlfriend and I haven't had sex in 2 years into our relationship, and I'm getting the urge to cheat. How can I communicate that without pressing her into something she isn't ready for? Okay, they've been dating and boyfriend, girlfriend, commitment, 2 years.
Okay.
No sex.
They're 23.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, if you haven't had, okay, is it cheating if you haven't actually had sex yet?
Then they said, I don't know.
It kind of depends, doesn't it? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to hate to break this to you. She's not interested in you in that way.
Yeah. Sorry, hon.
Now, maybe she's just one of those people who are putting this off to marriage, and so it's a.
You need to have a talk.
It's a hard-coded moral thing, and which is fine. She said
she may be waiting for a proposal.
Yeah, but
she needs to let you know where her head is.
But here's my thing: the women who have that belief generally let their people they are with know this
right up front, like on the third date.
Yeah, it's hardly a secret.
Yeah,
you're not going to not know this 2 years later because it's part of who they are. It's a fundamental part of who they are. They're not going to hide this for 2 years. So probably already have communicated that you are interested in going to the next step.
Yeah.
And she's just not interested in it. And so you have the choice of to continue the relationship or not.
She just may be asexual.
She's just not that into him, but
bottom line, she's not that into him. If she's asexual or not, she's just not that into him.
She's just not that into him. Maybe there's some trauma or something there, but my guess is you've been more of a friend zone than a boyfriend would be my guess.
Sorry, hon.
Sorry. I'm just gonna guess. Again, unless she's got a very high moral code and she's waiting for marriage type of thing. And in that case, then you have to decide if that's the type of relationship you want. You both get to make that decision, right?
But I see this being an issue down the line if they get married. I see this rearing its ugly head again.
Not necessarily. If she's just waiting because, then the same thing. It's her moral duty to pleasure her husband, right, when he needs it. So in a sense, it could work in his favor if depending upon, her views on the reasons she's doing,
You could be that one couple, and they had written into it, they had a contract of behaviors, like up by 7:00 every morning, but both of them had to be.
Mm-hmm.
That was a rule. She couldn't sleep in, neither could he. Both up 7 a.m. And one of the things was they sex, twice a week.
Uh-huh.
That was in the contract.
It's easy to put in our contract, isn't it?
So,
okay. So what happens when one of you has knee surgery? How does that play into the contract?
No, sorry.
How does that play into the contract? How does real life play into that contract? I'm just trying to understand this. I don't think that's an enforceable contract, by the way. I think it's more of a vows thing. I don't think it's a work. I don't think you can take that to court, and I don't think that works. Sorry, I just don't think it's a valid.
You know me, I'd have to push it. I'd have to sleep in. What are you going to do about it?
You wouldn't sign it to begin with. It wouldn't be a thing.
That's true.
You'd be like me. What am I joining the Marines? What the fuck you? You get more leeway in the seals. What are you guys talking about? Get out of here. All right.
Okay, we got a last question.
Okay.
Now, this woman is very hurt.
Okay.
She offered to give her husband a blowjob, and he said, "Could you give me a back massage?"
Yeah, because his back was hurting.
Yeah, that's all that it was.
And here's the thing: when your back's hurting, here, ladies, there's times when reasons you have a headache, the back is hurting. It's actually going to make the back worse because the instinctive things.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you wanted to feel close to your husband, you wanted to help him feel better. Well, guess what? The best thing you could have done at that moment was give him a back massage.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal.
Yeah.
And
his back hurt.
He's not rejecting you. I mean, here's a moment for a bit of self-reflection, ladies. Okay. So put the shoe on the other foot for a minute. You don't like feeling rejected, do you?
No.
And even when he wasn't actually even rejecting you, he was actually being greatly appreciative. He was just saying, "Can you focus on a different part of me?" And then with the different part of you. Tonight, please. Any other night. Some nights are like that, right?
Yeah.
You could the next day, if you'd offered it the next day, 6 hours earlier, right? You could have gotten a vastly different hour to answer.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. Try not to take these things, just like you tell men, try not to take these things personal because it's not personal.
It's not personal.
They're not in the mood. They've got pain, other things on their mind, 1,000 things that real life is.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do applaud her for wanting to take some initiative. So there are lots of women who wouldn't take the initiative to offer. So
I know.
So good for her. But
keep trying.
If you're going to offer, you have to be.
You got to be flexible.
You got to be willing to, feel rejected on occasion because not everybody's going to be.
And, I don't feel she was rejected. I feel she was just redirected.
Yeah.
And how many times do we do that to men?
Well, but she was feeling rejected. I was dealing with her feelings, not with reality.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
She's feeling rejected, which is where the emotions come from. And I get it. Men get this part. We feel rejected, right?
Yeah.
We get rejected all the time by the person we like. And it happens. And on the intellectual level, we completely understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But on the emotional level, just like this, I feel rejected.
Yeah.
But you're not actually being rejected. It's just timing was bad. Or back was hurting, especially as you get older, right? It's you're no longer the machines you are in your 20s. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Your backs hurt, knees hurt, hips don't work the way they used to. You can no longer run a mile. So your cardio isn't up to snuff. There's all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. All right. From me and Lovey, whatever you are facing, confusion, desire, regret, or hope, you are not the only one. You just had to figure out, and you don't have to figure it all tonight. Just breathe, let the truth settle, and let yourself be a little human. So from me and Lovey, have a good night. And please remember to love everybody.
Good.